That's right. It's another episode of After Raid Hours with illustrious host JackJack 1620, the man, the
Hi.
myth, the legend himself, and then
Aw.
man whose body continually tries to kill him, JayTI7N. So,
Yay.
yeah, on this episode of My Body's Trying to Kill Me, I'm in a boot and I can't be on my foot. So that kind of changes my trajectory on my Go Wild event experience. Was really excited about the event, still am, but I'm gonna have to change how I play a little bit, which not the worst. But gosh, there's a lot going on. Well, how you doing so far?
I'm doing good, man. Like, I think it's not to say that that's good that it's happened, but it's good that you are mindful to be attentive to your play. I think with this Go Wild event, it's kind of a mixed bag of what you want to do. And I think this is the prime time to actually plan that out. So if you're trying to catch a bunch of Pokemon, maybe for you, since you have your boot with the fur and your in your chair, you might consider like just a dense area that you could be stationary at, that you have
Yeah,
access to food, water. You're not going to be in the elements, something close to home, like that might be ideal.
yeah. I
I
need
know
to be
there
in
are some,
the Tesla with the
huh,
dog mode, like where the radio's on, AC's blowing.
yeah,
I've got
or
water and snacks.
you could be at Heroes, like because they have two stops, usually has good spawns. There's a Dynamax spot like in the parking lot usually, so like that's not a bad setup
Ooh,
either.
ready to throw down in the parking lot for sure.
Hey, but like I know what was it? I know some of us are going to be at the municipal center, which is going to be nice, like on Saturday, and that's also when we'll be doing the food bank donations, and we'll be set up at the Gandhi bench, which is like pretty close to the Dawn Fountain.
That's awesome.
It has the cool quote: "Peace between countries must rest on a solid foundation of love between individuals." So that'll be the bench that we're at. So we'll have the table and we'll just be collecting food there for a good hour or so. And if you do check in with us or bring food, like I'll give you some free pins that we have from all the different community days,
Hell
as
yeah.
well as some of the newer Dynamax, Gigantamax, more Gigantamax Pokemon. I was trying to make some more pins for that.
Okay.
So yeah, it should be pretty sweet. But for this week, especially, I think it's important to plan, plan, plan. What do you say to that?
Planning is super important in every aspect of life. Sometimes you don't have a lot of time to plan. In this case, we do. So
Hell
I
yeah.
also recommend planning. Go Wild is kind of the third major event for Pokemon Go over the course of the year. It was introduced last year. Had a good time, great time even. The alphas were great. My biggest moment, I think, was when I got the shiny alpha Tyrantrum.
Not 100%.
That was 100% correct.
Ugh.
So I use that as like one of my favorite gym defenders. But anyway,
Oh, makes perfect sense.
anyway, that so I loved the Go Wild event, so I was really excited for this one. This one seems kind of fun. They only had one in person. I can't remember how many they had last year, but they only had one in person this year, which was Nagasaki. And that was kind of fun. We had a few friends out there that were able to invite us to some raids. So
Heck
like
yeah.
the because the two what debuts for raids or raids slash G Gigantamax battle. So one raid was the Beware, like the adventurous Beware with the scarf on it or whatever you want to call it. It looks cool.
I said the Cape Crusader.
Cape Crusader, I like that a lot better. Um
Yeah.
it's gonna be in 3-star raid battles. And like I got the invite. I was kind of got caught off guard because I was just kind of sitting here watching something. Got the invite to the Beware, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's really cool." It's
Is
even
it
got
all
like
right?
gloves on. The hands are rated E for everyone.
Yes.
A nice
Hell yeah.
BOGO, buy one get one free these hands. So I
Hmm.
I really love the Beware, and then the Grimmsnarl. There's a Grimmsnarl's a whole new Pokemon line that'll be introduced in the Go Wild event. So Nagasaki was the first time we've seen it in the game. Starts with a little fairy dart called Impidimp. Um,
Impidimp.
Morgrim. I always forget that one. Morgrim is the second one, and then it
The
turns
moody
into
teen.
to the Grimmsnarl, which I think when Grimmsnarl first came out in Sword and Shield, I was a little off put, but then I was like, I kind of like it. The shiny's also pretty intense.
Yes.
The We got because we can remote raid into Gmax battles, got an invite to that. So I was really, really thankful to be able to do those. Kind of get set up for what's to expect coming this week, what to prepare for, and what to go on. So, one thing I will note is the Gigantamax Grimmsnarl, very tall.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
he's a tall ass boy.
Gigantamax Pokemon are huge in general, but the Gmax Grimmsnarl, I was like, oh, that's right, hella
He's
tall.
he's your height.
Yeah, exactly. It's like how I
Yeah.
feel when I'm walking into like an elementary school. Um, and then, yeah, the regular Grimmsnarl gets a little bit more squat, covered in is that hair, kind of like Bayonetta darkness.
Yes,
I don't know
I
what it.
was Bayonetta means Pokemon, but yeah, I was explaining that to Dotman too. I was like, it's very Bayonetta. I didn't realize like the coverage moves when he's animated because I also got invited to a few raids, and I was like, oh, it's like it's more animated than I thought. So I thought that was cool. But I know like one of my comments for those raids is just making sure you have your Metagross ready.
Yeah,
Even some of my powered up Zacians and Zamazentas were still getting pretty pieced up because it still has dark moves or it has power up punch or drain
yeah,
punch.
fighting moves. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was hurting getting hit, but like Metagross because it's psychic could just eat that stuff.
Uh huh.
And so that was kind of nice. Even my Blissey, because I always have Blissey, that's like my ride or die. Blissey was getting two piece a couple of times, but never fainted. It was usually pretty solid, even in some of these groups. But again, it
Plus, she's
helps to
so
have the
good.
numbers. It really is. It helps to have the numbers, but I think most importantly, it helps to have the tactics. Because I was in some raids with folks, like I think I ended up doing like 15 raids.
Oh gosh.
I got one shiny out of that, which I was happy with. And I
Cool.
got like 196. I believe in like from what I saw, just looking at the different because I'm in a couple of different Facebook groups to just kind of hear how people were playing and get some more user feedback on it.
Yeah.
Was that some people thought like the high IV rates were pretty low for it. Like the turnout for getting a high IV was low.
Okay.
And then same with the shiny. So I hope with it being a ticketed event that with like you had mentioned, like you do get that little extra boost of shiny rates, that might help turn that tide. I really do hope so. But we'll see once the day comes.
Yeah, and that was one of the big things that they kind of advertise. And I don't know how I feel about it still. I mean, I guess you're gonna buy a ticket for the event most of the time anyway if you're really planning to participate. But it's just like
Yeah.
basically a shiny charm locked behind a ticketed event as opposed to something you should unlock. Again, we've talked about it numerous times. Now you hit level 80, that's a feat. 50 was a feat back in the day. I feel like you should be rewarded for that kind of grind as a player. Um,
I agree.
and so a shiny charm would be great. Like just have the odds, or even a quarter of the odds. You know, make it a little bit easier. Pokemon Go remains one of the more interesting. People will say easy, but interesting places to get shinies because in a lot of cases you can't get these shinies in the like the main games, or it's just extremely difficult to get them or hard to play those
Oh
games anymore.
yeah.
And I think that's one of the cool things about Pokemon Go is it's like Pokemon Home, but a little bit more active in that it's a place that you can have a lot of Pokemon, all the Pokemon, up to
Oh
this point. Yeah. And then they do pretty fun events. So anyway, yeah, the shiny charm locked behind the little ticketed pass kind of sucks because like usually these events are pretty good on shiny odds, like Go Fest and Go Tour earlier in the year. And I was hoping Go Wild would stay that way, but it feels like, at least from what we saw in Nagasaki, is that the shiny rates weren't great unless you had a ticket.
yeah. Exactly. And then again for the public folks that were playing, because I think one of my friends is playing publicly, they weren't able to see like the impidimps and things like that. So I don't know if like I think globally that might be different, but we'll get into that once we get into the actual details of the global Go Wild. For now, we could probably jump into what's happening this week. So, in kind of lieu of preparation, right now it's the Into the Wild event
Mm-hmm.
going through the 14th. There's a lot of dark and fairy Pokemon out and about. I think my top ones I recommend finding are Carbink, Sableye, and for that fabled Rattata badge, the the Rattatas.
Yeah,
I think the
for
Alolan
sure.
Rattatas because
Um,
the rats are always hard to find
well, nowadays, yeah, they used to be literally everywhere.
everywhere.
but uh, but yeah, no, I was actually just thinking that earlier because we talked about last time about the passes. Sorry, the platinum medals. In order to get
Yes,
to 80, you're going to need 50 platinum medals, and that's like kind of the one-off
yes,
ones, the
sir.
little weird ones like the tiny rats and the giant Magikarps. And
Yep.
that, what is it, 1,000 each?
It's something like that. I think like the tiny Rattatas, they have to be
Is that 500?
like I think like 2.41 kilograms or less
Hmm.
in weight to
Yeah.
count. So like the extra smalls and extra smalls count, but there's some regular that as long as it's below 2.41 kilograms, you're good. And
Okay.
then Magikarp, I think it's like above a certain weight counts for your extra large ones.
And that was like we had to figure that out before because that was before they added the XXL and XXS tags.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
And
back
like
in the
Google
day,
is
you just got the tiny ones, and you're like, I think this is small.
yeah, and that's where some of my trades would be like. I'll just on some friends. I'll be like, "Do you have like any Rattatas?" I'm like, "We'll just trade those." They're like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm really trying to get this damn badge.
It's not a bad
And
idea.
I think that was one thing I was glad for. We actually, when we were doing some of the, what was it? I think the legendary dogs last weekend or last week for the raid hour, and that was like an okay raid hour. Like I really wish Niantic slash Scopely when the raid hour starts, like the hour before, they eliminate raids from all the stops. So that
Yeah.
way you can just get the raids for that hour because we had pretty much half of the raids were off and or they're just offset due to existing raids and that
Hmm.
that just sucks. But we just made do with it. Especially now that we're into the fall forward with or is it spring forward, fall back?
Yeah. Fall back.
Daylight savings time, fall
Mhm.
back. So now it gets darker earlier. So like when we're out there for 8 hours, it's dark. So definitely a word of caution. Like make sure you plan your safety. Always keep that in mind when you're out, and especially like for this event and any others where you're out and about and it's colder. Like plan layers, have gloves ready. Like I went out yesterday morning. I was like, yeah, I'll get an early morning walk in. Immediately cut that in half because my fingers were freezing and I was like, I need to go get my face mask back because I always kept my face warm.
Oh, for sure.
And I was like, yeah, so definitely I'll probably be rocking that. Um, Depending on how cold it gets. I think this Saturday, what was the weather supposed to be? I didn't even check, but I think this week is starting to get colder here in Colorado, which is
Yeah.
nice.
I was gonna say next week is when it's supposed to get really cold. This Saturday is supposed to be like, I think high 60s, mid high 60s still, but
Okay.
chilling down a little bit.
Oh, they said Sunday there's oh no, I'm looking at for some reason, oh, it's because this is a newer phone. My bad. It was set to freaking Cupertino. I was like, that's like California. But yeah, so it should be like partially clouded is what I see right now in Aurora. If you're playing in Denver, um, it's gonna be just colder because of the buildings and shade. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're gonna go and play in Denver. Just be brave while you're there. That's all I can say.
Oh, for the downtown event at McGregor.
Yeah, like I think we put out something for like our campfire of like some of us were gonna. I don't think everyone was planning on being there, which it makes me reminiscent of the EV event back in the day,
Yeah.
like pre-COVID, when everyone went to Golden. And this isn't also the first time Niantic has had an event here in Colorado for the general public. This is, I think, like the second or third event. And then I think our group even had a pair up with Nintendo when Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu came out.
Yeah.
An unexpected pair up, like the rep just showed up and had merge. It was actually a
Whole
really
bunch
cool
of
event.
swag. Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, and they were just paying attention to Facebook posts, and I think that was really cool. Showed that they were receptive. But with the events, like wherever you are, just plan your parking, plan your food stuff. If you're trying to be there the full time, um, check out some of the local restaurants there. there's also going to be, I think, like the Broncos and Chiefs game happening
Uh-huh.
on that Sunday as well, and then another sporting event. So I would expect Denver to be pretty flooded with sports folks.
For sure.
So just be mindful
Especially,
of that.
are you gonna say,
Especially what?
especially if you were gonna take like a light rail or anything like that? Keep that in
Yeah,
mind. A lot of people that go to these sporting events would prefer not to park at a stadium, which I don't blame them at all.
yeah,
So yeah, just keep an eye in your out, plan for that. Let's see, Sunday, Chiefs Broncos game is at 2:25 on Sunday,
yep,
and then there's actually an Avalanche game later on that evening at 7 p.m. The event should be over by then, but still going to be a lot of people flooding in, pre-gaming, etc.
yes.
And that's all in
Pre-game
that
or
area.
is with the Broncos and Chiefs game? Is that a home game or is that like a?
No, it's a home game. It's at the Broncos Stadium.
Yeah, so that's where I'd expect it to be everywhere to be flooded. Because whenever there's sports, like I even like when I was there for the Rockies game, it was pretty packed. Like,
Uh-huh.
and that was like, and we weren't in our best season this year, and that's I guess I can say that I don't know sports ball, you know me.
Yeah, and if in case anyone was wondering or didn't know, the Rockies were actually historically bad this year. So, but
Oh,
all that to say, they still sell out games like crazy because
yes,
it's kind of fun to go to one. It's better
the
when your
atmosphere,
team,
baby.
yeah, it's better when your team is winning. But like, I will say the Rockies, just as a side tangent, they they had some exciting games this year. So even though they were bad and still lost games, like there's like some games where they hit like 16 runs, which is insane in baseball. A lot of baseball games will end with maybe 3 runs, you know. So when you
No,
get
and
16, that's crazy.
yeah, so
Anyway,
that's something to just keep in mind with the locals. They're Yeah, I just say the locals because then you also have kind of like there's been a lot of different shifts in the populations there with the construction. So there might be folks that are homeless that might be out and about. Like I know like that's something like it is I'm not gonna say it's an issue, but an ongoing condition of any place in Colorado is there's folks that are just trying to make it by. So be respectful.
for
Denver,
sure.
I think, is a lot more notorious for more vocal folks of that in that group. There might be some screams that you're unaware of. Some folks are just talking to themselves. So some tips: just stay in your lane. Look at your phone. Don't pay any mind. Like if someone's screaming obscenities, don't chime in because it's hook, line, and sinker. Like now you're engaged, and they will engage you without any remorse.
Yeah,
So just kind of keep that in mind while you're there. And again, parking down there is going to be kind of nightmare fuel. Like
it's pretty tough.
I dread, yeah, like I wake up in cold sweats thinking about the Denver parking scene. So, and
It's
especially if you're
hot,
trying to
dude.
be there all day, that's a good amount of money. You check on your vehicles. I know there were those scams on some of the credit cards,
Uh-huh.
the little QR code readers. Like people are putting stickers up, so just really be mindful when you're there.
For sure.
If you do choose to go to Denver. Now, if you're like playing here, like obviously the week leading up to it this week, with the Into the Wild event, I think the only 3 raids I'd recommend would be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay. Latter
For
half of the week.
yeah, for Solgaleo, the more the fusion energies for Necrozma, and then it's also nice to get those get extra Solgaleo and extra Lunala. So that's
Mm.
on Wednesday and Thursday, respectively. And then out of all the Tapus, I think Tapu Bulu and Tapu Affinity. So
Yeah.
that's like the one that looks like a bull and the one that's more of a mermaid are going to be on Thursday, the 13th.
Is that
So
is that
those will
sexy
be raids.
cloister or is that not sexy cloister?
What?
Is
So
that
did you say sexy cloister?
yeah, is that sexy cloister or not sexy cloister? I can't remember.
I guess, yeah, I guess it would be sexy cloister for sure. But like definitely more like animated. I like the Topus for sure. It's just for Topu Coco and Topu Lele, which are today's raid hour. They're
Yeah.
not like the highest of focus, and I think Nature's Madness is in their move set for these ones. So like, if you want to do them,
Oh.
But like to me, I'd save the raid passes for the specific ones that actually give you like a return or are more Go Battle League like usable.
Yeah.
I know the raid passes have increased between this time to 30, but like really, what are you doing for all
Well,
these? Like, don't personally, I wouldn't waste the money. There is one benefit that you can use your charge TMs to remove frustration. So that's a good one, especially if you got more darker Pokemon or shadow Pokemon that you want to switch the moves on.
yeah.
Take advantage of that. There's also Ralts and Sableye and the Dynamax toxicities in the max power spots.
Okay.
And they seem to be rotating, which isn't a bad thing. I know, highly recommend if you're trying to do the raids at the Aurora Municipal Center or any area you're trying to do, stop into those areas on Thursday and Friday to drop Pokemon into those stops to help boost the battle, I think
Boost
like
the battle
attack
power.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, boost the battle power of the power spots because those will again be active on Saturday and Sunday.
Hmm.
So, and it's an easy way to farm candies. So, if definitely do it when it's a Ralts raid where it's super cheap.
Yeah.
Um, I would say more do so on Thursday because Friday you can boost up your max particles and use that to go in with a full pack into Saturday and then still collect your full Saturday's worth so you could do more raids for free.
Yeah. Because
Uh,
Saturday it's gonna be going up. Sorry for the ticketed event. You're gonna get like 8,000 on your
well, is it
daily
8,000?
collection. Your collection limit is increased to 8,000 for the day, and then you'll be able to
Good.
get. I think you'll be able to hold 3,600 at a time or something like that. I can't
Okay.
remember, but
It's something
but yeah.
ridiculous.
The one thing I was gonna say caveat wise, for the Tapu raids this week, the one thing is like for those people that are crazy about catch cards, maybe
Uh huh.
you can get like a special card background for them. I got invited
Oh,
to one in Boston this morning for Tapu Koko.
uh
I
huh.
was like, I'll be nice because it was like a Doc or something, someone that we used to play with a long time ago. And
Oh, okay.
I was like, I'll be nice, I'll join that. Did it, and it has a catch card on it or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay. And it has to do with like the Go Wild event. So I was like, if you're really into that, go for it. Otherwise, I agree with you. Really not worth it unless you need those Pokemon or you just have an
Yeah, you
itch.
need it for the decks.
Or
Do
like
it for the
you really
decks.
want to do your free raids. The other that is one thing, a little exploit. One thing I wanted to mention is Pokemon Go gave us another 200 free item space because
Yes,
I
sir.
think they realized when everyone leveled up and they got like 1,000 more items that everyone was over their item space pretty much.
Yeah.
So if you haven't done it already, it's in the shop. You have to scroll down a little bit, but it's a free box. It literally says, I think, free box on it. And it has
Yep.
4 of the little plus 50 item storage increases. Just get that before November 30th, before the end of the month. Otherwise, it's going to
Yeah.
go away. But that's free space. If you are still struggling with bag space,
Well,
because you have
they
so many items. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, well they also I wasn't sure if I didn't mean to cut you off, but they also increased the capacity for both Pokemon storage and the items also like yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, so they just put in that increase. So if you want to spend coins outside of the free one that you mentioned, there is that option. But
Yeah, if
again,
you're
I still
if you're like Jack
yeah.
and you have max bag space essentially, then you're
Oh
still
dude,
running out of space.
you'd be so proud of me. Like I actually cleared out like 600 Pokemon. Like
Oh,
I went through, yeah, dude, I was on it. It was more because as I've been working through this level 80 stuff, like right now I'm at 73, working to 74.
hmm
Um,
baby, we're
some of it was
getting it.
like, yeah, some of it was like purifying like 100 Pokemon. And I had that because I keep live dexes of Shadow, live dexes of Purified,
Yeah.
a lot of XXLs, a lot of XXX ones, and so forth.
Ooh.
So once I got it and I had those badges, I was like, oh, I can start shredding these because I'm good. And so that was kind of nice. Like, and I loved, oh my God, I want them to do that Halloween event again with the 3 transfer candy, potential XL candies. That was Chef's Kiss. Like, I got so many XL candies for my legendary Pokemon that I had been saving. It was amazing.
That's
So
awesome.
highly recommend them do that again. I was hoping it might come back for this event, but it doesn't look like it. But I was able to clear out so many legendary Pokemon because most of the time I'll hold on to it, but like I think I had like 80 or I had like 40 extra Zacians and Zamazentas
Hmm.
that are just vibing. And I have a bunch of backgrounds. I'm like, and that's where, like you said, backgrounds are nice, but unless they serve a purpose, like they give me some sort of boost, I can't keep my inventory holding all these guys.
You're just not that kind of collector, and that's fine.
Yeah, and that's where it's like different strokes for different folks. But
Yeah.
like, it was nice to clear my bag space, and that's something even for getting into the Go Wild stuff, the preparation. I wouldn't fully shred everything, keep a few, do some research on what the field researches might have or the tasks, the missions for the event are, because there will be some like evolve this and make it easy for yourself. Have them already pre-labeled, like evolve, or you might name them like wild areas, so you just know exactly where to go. Do whatever's clever for you. But like going into the event, I know, like you said, like with Grimmsnarl, that's going to be a fun one. Impidimp is going to be available. And it can be shiny too. And shiny is like a really bright blue, pretty much a polar opposite of its regular form,
Yeah.
which is pink and black. You're also going to have the unknowns out there. I think more if you bought the ticket. If you care about your community day moves, you can get like you can evolve up Rapidash, Gardevoir, Absol, Garchomp, Obstagoon, and Meowscarada, and a Beware to have like their special move sets.
Beware.
I think Absol is kind of a newer one. It'll get Brutal Swing, which
That's
is
cool.
nice.
That's actually really nice
Uh,
for Absol.
yeah,
Absol love and
yeah,
rejoice, all 12 of us.
right. You're like, yeah. Rapidash gets Wild Charge. Gardevoir gets Synchronize.
Ooh,
Um,
ooh.
Beware gets Strain Punch. Meowscarada gets Frenzy Plant. Obstagoon gets Obstruct. And then Garchomp gets Earth Power. So those are pretty cool. Like, again, go through the ones that have great IVs, star them, so you can evolve them up and get those move sets.
For sure.
For all trainers for the event, both Saturday and Sunday, you get increased chances of the event themed Pokemon in the field researches. You get the daily particle increased limit of up to 1,600, which is
Okay,
great.
1600, sorry.
You get three snapshot encounters per day, and you also get three free raid passes per day, so 6 total.
Oh, do you know what the
Uh,
snapshots are?
I don't. It hasn't said. It just said like you get encounters. So my hope is like it's Impidimps
Oh, it was
or it's
the
Katarina's or Unknowns.
I got you.
I would love if it was like Bewares or
It
whatever.
is Impidimp, which can be
Is
shiny.
it
It
just
is Hatena, which can be shiny. It is Corviknight, which can be shiny.
ooh?
Arena, which can be shiny, and Hydreigon can be shiny. So it's one of those
Random.
5. Yeah, it's really
Okay.
random that it's those 5. I think it's because it's dark, fairy. Corviknight's just kind of hanging out here because he's steel, but like,
Yeah. He's just he just wants to be part of it. He
because if you
doesn't want to
didn't
miss out.
know, yeah, the theme on the event is dark and fairy types, um,
Yeah.
which a lot of these were from Gen 8, so the Sword Shield era. And I was going to say that real quick when it came to the platinum medals, we talked about tiny rats. This is a good opportunity for that. Also, if for whatever reason, because some people are newer, don't have a platinum on the fairy or dark types, great week
Yes.
to get those.
Take advantage.
Um,
Even the psychic types, if you catch all those unknowns that are there,
mhm.
that's a great opportunity. Like you mentioned with the steel types, if you just happen to run into nothing but Corviknights, take advantage of that. That's also a flying type too.
Oh, of course.
So there's good things out of everything. And this is an event where if you have the like let's go, the go plus pluses, the auto catchers, those are super nice to have. Just make sure Thursday, Friday, you charge them up. Like I think my thing needs to get charged. It gave like a little notification of the half battery life.
Mhm.
So definitely charge up. get your battery packs ready to go. Um, and yeah, for the ticketed event, you'll have an increase in shiny Pokemon, like you mentioned. Your daily limit for the particles goes up to 320 or
3,200.
3,200. So
Nice.
that's 4 raids, which is nice. Like 4 free raids on top of like whatever else you might have. You have increased particles from the power stops and exploration. So that might mean like field researchers might have like stuff that you can get extra particles in. That's my hope. I just want them to just drop nothing but particles everywhere. Um, I think you get three quarter of the cost of the powering up moves.
Nice.
So again, you might want to star the ones you want to power up. It might be cheaper. I'd recommend maybe doing that after the event so you can maximize your raid stuff. So I do that when you're home relaxing and you're not worried about catching Pokemon. You get up to 6 free raid passes, so 12 total for both days. You get up to 6 special trades, which is nice. You get 2 times a catch candy. You get an increase in 5K eggs, which will give really good Pokemon that we'll dive into. Half the raid distancing, which is great. Lures will last up to 2 hours, which is fantastic. But
That is great.
again, golden lures are probably not included in that. Golden lures are never included in that. But you can try it. You could give it a shot as an experiment. But most of the time, most golden lures are not included.
Every
You get
time you
up to
drop a
six.
golden lure, does it play Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters?
That would be amazing. If it just takes over all the music
Like,
speakers and
I'm
everyone just,
born to be. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. You get 6 go snapshot encounters and you get half the Stardust cost to do trades. So that's all cool, fine and dandy. You also, as a ticket holder, get to choose a path, either dark or fairy, which then increases, I think, your XL returns for Pokemon during that time, which is great. So you can either choose, again, dark or fairy. When it comes to it, there's a lot of Pokemon out there. So there's 2 different hours or hour modes for the biomes, I'll call them. So you have lurking dark spawns, and then you'll have fanciful fairy hours, and they'll rotate. So the dark spawn one is pretty much the even hours, and then the fanciful fairies are the odd hours of the day. And so again, lots of darks. All of them could have a high potential, or I think all the ones out can be shiny, with the exception of like Drapey for the dark spawn hour. My top choices for the dark hours personally is just Impidimp and Drapey.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of others. There's a Alolan, Meowth, Grimer, Ghastly, Hoot Hoot, Murkrow, Sneasel, Houndour, Poochyena, Galarian, Zigzagoon, Seedot, Nincada, Cacnea, Kricketot, Stunky, Skorupi, Scraggy, Zorora, Fungus, Dino, Inkay, and Phantump.
Hmm.
So again, if you're trying to get those shinies, they're all going to be out there as well. If you need, again, platinums for the dark badge, the poison badge, the flying badge, the bug badge, the plant badge, this is a good time. The
They're
poison
all
badge,
there. Yeah.
dragons, they're there. For the fanciful hours, you have Clefairy, Alolan, Vulpix, Jigglypuff, Galarian, Ponyta, Chansey,
Tootsie.
Togetic, Meryl, yeah, I was like the fuck. Snubble, Ralts, Skitty, Swablu, Feebas, Cherubi, Audino, Cottony, Esper, Dedenne, Klefki,
Boo Boo Keys.
Poplio, and the keys cannot be shiny.
Nope.
So just FYI. Poplio, Cutiefly, Hatena, Impidimp, and Smoliv. So for that hour, I would more focus on the Cherubi because that's just a rare one to find.
Hmm.
Dino, if you like that extra Stardust, or yeah, the Stardust for it. If you missed Klefki, this is a great time to get it. Hatena, because it's a newer shiny. Impidimp, because that's a new shiny. And then Smoliv, because it's just cute. All the shinies are great out there again, but those would be the ones I would aim for.
Okay.
For your mighty Pokemon, you'll have
That's for Saturday.
Wigglytuff. Yeah, for Saturday. You'll have Wigglytuff,
Sick.
Galarian Rapidash,
Oh,
Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Golurk, uh, Hatterene, Galarian Obstagoon, and Miascarada.
And they can all be
So
shiny, and that's exciting.
yeah, and they can all be extra, extra large. They have much higher IVs. They're notoriously more difficult to
Let's
catch, so
see
you have to
one.
use those Ghost Safari balls for it.
Yeah,
There was word on the street that you could potentially buy the Safari balls from the shop, but that might be
interesting.
like once the event starts. And the also nice part is for the home users, you'll be able to transfer Safari balls to home.
Oh, finally.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks is like they really still don't acknowledge the extra extra larges because I would want those to be considered like alphas, but they don't do that.
Oh, I wonder if they'll get
Um,
that figured out. Because, like, the one thing that's nice about the alphas, or sorry, these are the alphas in this one? Mighty
they're not
Pokemon,
alphas
sorry.
in Go
The
yet.
mighty though the mighty in Go. Is that mighties are always XXL or whatever, but they also have like really good stats. So
Yeah, they're
kind of
fantastic.
like the
So
alphas.
that's one if you have your auto catcher, that might be one you want to click on it before your auto catcher does because your
Mhm.
auto catcher won't be able to use Safari balls. So
Yeah,
just keep
the
that in mind.
and the mighty Pokemon. I guess we can get into Sunday. So I was just gonna say the mighty Pokemon are some of my favorite bits from the Wild event last
Yeah,
year. In this one for Saturday, they're all great. Like, don't discount Tyranitar, even though we've had Larvitar in this game for 10,000 years. I love
still top
Mawile and
dog.
Absol. Mighties would be great for those. Golurk, love it, dude. Especially if
Yes,
it's shiny. And then, of course, the Hatterene. Obstagoon would be great. Masquerade is awesome. I just love all the Pokemon that are in this pool. And then my my not so hot take maybe is that Golurk might get a Mega in the DLC for Legends ZA. So that would be
let's
really
hope
cool.
so. Yes,
Um, Sorry. So
so
we're
we
gonna go into Sunday, right?
into Sundays. Yeah. So Sunday you'll have a Alolan Ninetales,
Hell yeah.
Galarian Weezing with the
Hell
top
yeah.
hats. You'll have Granbull, Houndoom, Gardevoir, Honchkrow, Garchomp, Drapion, which is Skorupi's evolution, the bigger scorpion, and Weavile. So those will be pretty sweet. I'm looking more forward to the Galarian Weezing
Yes.
because that one was just always behind like raid walls. So that would be kind of a sweet one to get. And again, like you said, all the shiniest for these are all pretty sweet. They all have chances to be really good IVs. So those are like those ones. If you're trying to boost up your like gym battler Pokemon, like these would be great Pokemon to catch
Yeah, and
because they're already coming out strong.
at least three
So
of those also have megas, if that matters to you too. The Houndoom,
yes,
Gardevoir, Garchomp, and Sunday, and then T-Tar, Mawile, and Absol on Saturday. So those are always good to have too. Fun, you know, have a mighty mega, maybe shiny, that'd be cool. Galarian Weezing, just
yes,
as a quick note, like you said, usually locked behind some kind of different wall, whether it's raiding or something else. Um, they're funnily enough stellar in PvP. So if you care about
yeah,
that at all, Galarian Weezing is great to have. But like you said, these are great for gym defenders and gym attackers as well.
yes. When it comes to the incenses, that's something like you as an individual get as a newer player. If you're unaware, what shows up on your incense just shows up for you. And so no one else nearby can catch. So like be mindful, it has a little icon on it. If it is an incense lured Pokemon or drawn Pokemon, it'll have the incense on it.
For sure.
So don't get excited, be like, there's this here, because then you're just giving everyone false hope, and that's just cruel. But your incense spawns for all trainers is Alolan Ninetales, Galarian Rapidash, Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Garchomp, Drapion, Weavile, Hatterena, and Meowscarada. So that's cool.
And they'll all be
Uh,
mighty, by the way.
yeah, they're mighties. And then for ticket holders, your spawns will also include unknown D, I, L, and W, which is pretty sweet. And then you might also potentially run into the Lake Spirits,
Mm-hmm.
Uxie, what's the other one?
Mess
Mess
Spirit,
Spirits and Azelf.
and those are
So
also
those
mighty.
are, can they be mighty?
They will be mighty if they're on the incense. Yeah.
Oh shit. So that's pretty cool. So if you run into them, I really just don't want it to be nightmare fuel like it was for the I just get flashbacks of Latios and Latias from Vegas.
Yeah.
Where they were just these beautifully obviously strong, shiny legendary Pokemon, but took anywhere from 30 to 60 Pokeballs to catch. So I really don't want to have that sort of hiccup in this event. So I'm like knocking on wood that that does not take place.
hmm
But
I think, well, last year they had, well, I'm trying to remember the event that the Lake Spirits were at, and I panicked and I actually used a Master Ball on one because I thought they could run away like the Latios and Latios.
yeah,
But they don't run away. The
they
shiny
just
ones at
hung
least.
out.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was a little sad to learn that after I had used the Master Ball. But like,
Oh
I
no,
panicked.
that is sad, Panda.
I was like, no, I don't want to lose it. I can't have like a,
Yeah.
reliving the Latios running away all the time in Vegas. Um, so anyway, that being
Oh
the case, if they are shiny in this one, I'm hoping that they don't just run away. I don't think they do.
yeah. And then if you're an egg person like myself, the 5K eggs are where it's at. So this might be a time to like get a few eggs further along in the hatching in case there's a mission for it or whatever. But also so you can make room for the new 5K eggs.
hmm
So the new 5K eggs will have Mime Jr., Sandile, Ponyard, Carbink, Impidimp, and Tinkatink all in there. Obviously, Tinkatink can't be shiny yet, but the other five can be shiny.
You
And
know
those are
what?
all, to me, good shinies to find.
They are. The one caveat I'd have is like this would be the perfect egg pool if they had Salandit instead of Carbink.
I would
Um,
agree.
because Salandit
Yeah,
can also
so
be
and it,
shiny, but it's
yeah,
so hard to get female Salandit so you can get the Salazzle. Um,
exactly.
I would have loved if it was just in 5Ks for this event.
Yeah. And that's where again, like I think in preparation for this, get your missions ready. Like I think I was looking at I was trying to look at what was it? How it was in Nagasaki
hmm
for the event. Let me pull that up real quick to see what their field researches were. Nagasaki, Pokemon Go, and then Go Wild area. Because again, I always look at other groups for reference points, see what they had for their field researches and things like that. Because usually it stays pretty similar.
Yeah, so the Dark Hour, they had different field researchers for each hour.
Yes.
And there's only 2 hours to deal with here. But did you find it? I found a
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the dark hour stuff, a lot of your field tasks will be like catch Pokemon. Like there's some for like golden razzes or stardust. Hatch eggs had like for a ponyard. The win to max battles I think was a better one because you could run into potential beware with the cape or Hydreigon. If it was 3 raids, you can run into beware and it could be mighty. And then if you're doing excellent throw encounters, that could be mighty. So that's pretty sweet for the dark hour field researches.
hmm
The fairy hours, very similar. One was walk 5 kilometers. So again, wherever you are, you want to make sure you have space. Denver, if you're going to that McGregor Square, it's a square. You might have to walk, do a bunch of laps, and it might seem really weird, especially because again, there's going to be lots of people there. So you might plan out your routes if you're going to need to walk. I'm never personally there, so I can't give you any recommendations. I think Vader's Blade was telling some folks to go to Central Park or Civic Center Park
Yeah.
to go walk, which I think is better. It's actually a park. If you're at the municipal center, you're already good to go. There's plenty of laps you can do around the area, and it's large enough with plenty of parking. But jumping back to the field researches, there's some hatch egg ones for carbinks, hatenas,
Hatch
and
6
who else?
eggs for the Beware or the Primarina.
Yeah, and that's a risk. Like I'd be mad if I got Primarina. But there's also one make an excellent throw for an encounter for that. So
Beware.
definitely I would say the excellent throw ones are your ideal ones to get because If it's an encounter, it's a it's a big one. Whoa, what
Yeah.
was that?
That
That
was
was
Carly.
weird. Oh, okay. I was just like, oh. For the exclusive research, the fairy tales and wild trails. I don't know again if it'll be the same, but some are explore a kilometer, spin some Pokestops, take some snapshots. Some will be complete some field research tasks or use an incense, powering up dark Pokemon. So this will be a good opportunity to kind of again mark dark and fairy types that you want to power up. Again, highly recommend lucky Pokemon because they're generally cheaper to power up. The ones that you want to keep, mind you, too. And then there's also some for evolve a dark or fairy type. So have those Pokemon bookmarked so that way you're optimizing those activities. Then you have the win a Gigantamax, win 2 Shadow Raids, level up a max moves. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Sweet. Oh no,
Um,
you're fine. But yeah, so if you feel like if you out the gate start battling Pokemon, just be mindful that some of your missions later will require you to raid. So
mhm.
don't use up all your energies at once and be like, oh crap, I gotta spend because again, that's a lot. And then same with the leveling up a max move. Find like a really basic Pokemon that you wanted to save. I save a bunch of my 1-star ones just because if they're
Mhm.
good IVs, I keep them and then I'll power up their moves slowly.
Yeah, and especially if you have one
Um,
with like one that you have like a lot of candies for, like maybe it had a community day or something like that. But
yeah. And then like for the pick your path of dark or fairy, um, in Nagasaki it's called a wild pursuit. And it was like spin dark themed Pokestops. I don't know if we're gonna have dark themed stops during this one, but all these involve spinning stops, so it might shift for us. And
hmm,
that's the same for the fairy one. So it might be like spin this many stops or maybe do catches. That's going to be a mystery. So we'll see what kind of happens there. And then you have the Shadow Rescue, which is a exclusive time research where it involves doing a shadow raid and then making some great throws, powering up Pokemon, and doing like 50 catches.
gotcha.
There's collection challenges for dark and fairy type Pokemon. So be mindful and vigilant on that. Stay on top of it. Highly recommend getting it done that first day. So that way the next day you can just focus on catching. And again, if you're going to be in an area that's uh, more in the city, plan accordingly. Um, again, lures will be 2 hours long, but if you're in such a dense area and you have to watch for traffic and all that, keep that in mind because the world doesn't stop for Pokemon Go.
Definitely
You
not.
don't want to be tripping. I remember one time I think Phil had twisted his ankle in Denver
Oh,
because one of the steps, the pavement markings weren't clear, and he twisted his ankle. Like that does happen down there. There's a lot of uneven pavement,
yeah.
so you keep that in mind. Watch the road, not just your phone. There's a lot of construction happening on Colfax because of a lot of the new
BRT.
multimodal additions.
Yeah.
Yeah, being made. So just keep that in mind. Again, if you're playing in the known spots like the Aurora Municipal Center, it's going to be pretty much smooth sailing. But always be mindful of your surroundings, regardless. Don't get careless at bad times. And then again, I'm always a big advocate for food. Plan your food breaks and all that good stuff. Give yourself that time if you need bathroom breaks. Plan all that too. But yeah, it should be fun. Like I'm looking forward to it. Again, I'm like you said, I'm looking for the mighty Pokemon. I think is going to be awesome. I definitely want to get an extra large. I think they call it Wilderness Cape Beware. So if I could find an XXL boy, I would love that. I like
A
Cape
Cape
Crusader
Crusader.
better.
Yeah, Cape Crusader is
Um,
great, and
yeah.
especially if you get the
Uh,
mighty one. So,
yeah, and then also we had mentioned the others featured attacks.
mhm.
Um, One that I think I missed that wasn't there was they have Corviknight on there also. You
Yep.
can get it with Iron Head. So that's a good one. I think that was one of the only ones I missed. But that's cool. So if you had a good Corviknight, say you got like a shiny uh Rookie from a Dynamax, evolve it up to get Corviknight's move. and then you have a cool Dynamax one.
For
At some
sure.
point, Gigantamax will come, but that doesn't change the move thing. So if you could get the move now instead of waiting a month, do it.
Agreed.
Highly recommend. So again, go through your Pokemon stores and like flag the ones you want to evolve, flag the ones you want to um hatch or whatever, or like just kind of take mental notes of that. If you are doing the different go passes, don't cash in all your max particles. Save them until the event starts and you've already collected all your particles for the day, because those ones you could collect after the fact, which is nice. So after you hit your max, then cash those in. So that we could do more raids for free. Again, being very mindful financially, so you're not just blowing it when you don't need to. Um, and same with the shadow raids. Remember the shadow raid trick shared by Invader Squirrel to make sure that when a Pokemon is enraged, that you stop attacking and you gem it only until it calms down.
Mhm.
Then you go back to attacking. It makes the raid a lot faster, use a lot less resources, and it just makes it again faster. So you can just speed through those shadow raids without worry. You just need to make sure, especially raiding in person, share those tips with your friends, because it does help and it makes a world of difference. So you're not wasting a bunch of time. So that way you can get back to again catching all the Pokemon in the vicinity, especially those mighties. What would you recommend? What are you hoping and gunning for the most?
Well, for this event, I mean, all the mighties, like I said, mighties is super fun. Lots of new shinies. I would love the Hatena and Impidimp shinies as well.
Mm-hmm.
For all you unknown collectors, W and K, this is the first time that they're going to be shiny. Um,
Ooh.
so that's going to be cool. Let's see. I think the other things I was looking forward to. I mean, I like doing the G-Max. Another Grimmsnarl wouldn't hurt. Those are kind of fun. I like all the mighty spawns. I think on the days, like he said, I'm kind of with you on like the Lurking Dark Hour. Impidimp and Dreepy are the two I'm looking for. I think Zorua, I just love Zorua. And Zorua Shiny is one of the more difficult ones to find outside of Pokemon Go. So that'd be
Right.
kind of fun to get. More of a Scraggy into Scrafty has a I like the Mega Scrafty. I know some people probably don't, but um
It could have just used some tweaks. That's all.
fair
I,
enough.
I like I like the concept of it. It's just when I
But
saw it, I was like, ooh.
and yeah, maybe because I'm like Legends ZA brained a little bit right now. I'm looking forward to any Pokemon that can Mega. So
Oh
Scrafty's
yeah.
eventually going to get a Mega in the game. That's pretty fun. Um, let's see. I don't know if they had any
Well,
new
Inkay
ones.
has one.
Yeah,
Malamar
Malamar. So like
has
getting
it.
another shiny Inkay into Malamar for Mega Malamar. I don't know if I have a shiny Inkay actually.
See,
Um,
love there to be a mega for Cacneus form. I would love that
uh,
because we just saw Chimecho is going to get one,
yep.
which I thought was beautiful. I loved all the little baby Chimechos on it.
Yeah,
Um,
the Chimecho, I love the Mega Baxcalibur. I know some people don't. I think it's great, but
I love that they have Zacian with Baxcalibur in his mouth,
I like that art
like
too.
by the hilt, so he could like
Um,
attack things.
but yeah, so I'm looking forward to those. The shinies that are missing from this event, like Dreepy is gonna have its own community day. We can only imagine. Tinkatink will probably have a community day.
Well,
Would be
and
my
see,
guess.
I would think Impidimp and Hatena would also have community days because they're all two stages.
Yeah, maybe in the future. It'd be fun if they were like, well, I don't know how people would feel if they were like it was one of those like double days, like Hatena and Impidimp on the same day.
I would
Um,
love that. That'd be a great Halloween October community day.
yeah, agreed.
Very reminiscent of like the Magmar and Electabuzz. Yeah.
But
Or
yeah,
no,
those
no. It would be better if it was Tinkatank and we do Corviknight
oh
again.
Chicken Rookity. Yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
because they're mortal
Oh,
enemies.
I think I told you at the top of the pod, the eggs might be a little difficult for me just depending on my current situation. But I'm
No,
still kind of
that's
looking forward
fair.
to those. Um, any opportunities, I'd really just like the new shinies are shinies. Shinies aren't like lost on me. I'm not a shiny hunter in like the other games. Like it's pretty easy to get shinies in like Scarlet Violet, Legends ZA, Legends Arceus, etc. It's pretty easy to get shinies in those games, and I haven't actually just sat down and like shiny hunted. So when I get shinies, even in Pokemon Go, it's pretty exciting. Even if it's a shiny I have plenty of, I still get a
Yeah.
little bit excited. So
Oh
yeah, I'm
yeah,
just
it's
looking
a
forward
little
to
endorphin hit. It's like
yeah, the little sparkles. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then yeah. No, like those are the ones I'm mostly looking forward to. What I'd say is for the Go Wild event, I think that you hit everything on the head. Depending on where you're playing, um, being safe is the biggest thing right now. We don't know. I mean, this is the latest we've gone, or like one of the top 10 latest we've gone without snow. But Colorado weather is insane. And I'm not trying to put
mhm.
that in the atmosphere, but it could very well happen. Just be prepared for anything, and then make sure
Be
you're
prepared.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And make sure you're hydrated and you have fuel, whether that's little snacks in your pocket, or whatever it is. Just make sure you're taken care of and you're taking care of the people around you. And then last but not least, for anybody that's helping donate for the charity this weekend. Very much appreciate you. Unfortunately, every day we're always living in an unprecedented times, right? So it's like
Which
um,
is yeah. I
anything
feel
we
for
could do.
millennials, we're just so used to that. We're like, how many world events are we gonna experience? So it's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
exactly. So
we just have lists and lists.
any opportunities um to help our community, I love that. I love seeing that. So those are the big
Oh,
things.
yeah, and then to add on to that, we also have another box for food donations at Heroes Pizzeria and
Oh,
Tavern. It's off of Laredo and Dartmouth, which is a pretty well-known Pokemon spot that people go and play. It's right next to Dueling Lands, which is a great TCG shop. Like they're just great guys there. Lots of different merchandise for Magic and all sorts of other trading card games. So stop
Magic,
in there.
Pokemon, there's new ones out. Yeah, so go
Yeah, I
get some
think some of the
cards.
Disney games.
Yes, it's out next door.
Heroes has a lot of food as well. I'm a big food advocate, but one of our boxes is there. It's near the front on the bar side. If you go up and you're by the bar, look near the exit, and we have a box there. Heroes is also collecting winter coats for veterans and things of that nature. I think their coat drive ends December 13th. So if you have like some gently used coats that you're not wearing, um, fall is a good time to kind of do some purging of your house if there's a lot of or house, apartment, condo, whatever you may have of stuff you're not using, like the canned foods for the drive. That would be great. If you have jackets you haven't worn because they're just not cute or in season, that would be a great place to make some donations as well. Um, Again, anything you do to help the local community, I think is a big thing. And everyone is appreciative, especially us. I know again with if you are again venturing to Denver, just be mindful, plan your routes. If you're not familiar with Denver, do your research now. Plan out where you want to park. I know some of the parking spaces down there can range like 15 to $20 or more. With the game days, it might go up even more.
Hmm.
So just keep that in mind. If you're trying to ride the light rail, learn how to use that pass if you're going to get it because some of the guidance isn't the clearest. So like take that time to research it now if you're going to try the light rail for the first time. Um, there's some folks that are like, just hop on. It doesn't matter. If you get caught, you just get kicked out at a stop. So I wouldn't recommend trying that, like testing your luck on that day. Um, because it's bad news bears. I just say that as someone who's ridden the light rail and have roommates and friends that have ridden the light rail and watch people get kicked off. It's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
Um, if you're a teen, I think like some kids get on for free. I think it's up to like 17 or 18,
Up
so
to
that's dope for
19.
you.
Yeah.
Up to 19? Hell yeah. Take advantage of your youth while you have it. And kind of do that stuff. But again, plan out your food, like Justin was saying as well. Have your battery packs and charging cables ready. I think that's a big thing people forget. We'll be part way through the day and then like, oh crap, I gotta do that. If you have pets, especially like Justin said with the weather changing, make sure your pets are all attended to before you head out so they're good for multiple hours. Don't leave your pets outside, especially as it gets colder. There's a lot of pets foraging for food, raccoons. In my neighborhood, you have to battle the squirrels here. Like, we're going to have another world war against the squirrels, similar to how I think Australia had the emu wars. We're going to have the
Yeah.
squirrel wars here in Colorado. I'm going to have to enlist soon for that.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say, be careful with that because those squirrels will put nuts literally everywhere. So
yeah, like that, they'll dig through your trash cans. Like they're brutal.
yeah, they are.
Like here for some unforeseen reason. But yeah, just be prepared for that kind of stuff. Take advantage of the increases in your bag spaces if you do have the spare cash. Definitely recommend getting that because that's always a good asset to have. Again, have as much fun as you can. Take breaks when you need to. Listen to your body, especially if you're feeling exhausted or winded, take that break. Pokemon will always be there. Like we mentioned, some of these Pokemon might seem like because it's just released, like I'll never get it again. Don't believe that. Pokemon has an oftentimes of cycling back. So if you can't make the full, because again, this goes from 10 to 6. So that's a good 8 hours each day. So 16 hours total for the weekend that you don't have to play the entire time.
Yeah,
But if you want to optimize it, you definitely can do your best.
I would
Definitely
say
try to,
on that real
huh?
quick, it is kind of nice that it's only 2 different hours. Like the dark
Yes,
hour and fairy hour. It's not like, because Go Fest is 4 different hours. So it's like I have to at
yeah,
least play 4 hours, whether that's 4 hours dispersed through the day, two in the morning, two in the afternoon, whatever it is. At least in this one, it's like, okay, I can go hard for like 1 hour each and then maybe kind of casually play if I got what I wanted or I know what I'm looking for. I can go hard on those hours. I like that. Even though there's a big kind of diverse cast here, that you have those opportunities.
exactly. And that's where it's nice. Um, like you said, because you can take breaks more frequently now if you wanted to. Because you're like, oh, like for me, if I get all my Impidimp, say I got like 3 shiny Impidimp in that first hour, and I completed the collection challenge, then any dark hour I can be like, I'm gonna just take a break, or I'll focus on the Dynamax raids or the Gigantamax raids this hour, and do the raids during this hour, and then this other hour I'll catch. That's really nice. So that is an appreciated break. I really do hope that with the stops that they are bountiful, and that's another key thing to remember. Saturday and Sunday, do not spin the stops in the area you're going to play until the event starts. You do not want to lose that research that's there
Hmm.
because it doesn't refresh, it's just gone. So that's my word of advice. If you're playing in an area, don't spin the stops and do all of that stuff and get the field researches yet until the event starts. Because you're basically losing opportunities to get those special researches or those event specific researches in that area. Spin the stops on your way to the area because it's before the event starts, but don't do it when you're there until it starts. So that's my key advice as well, because I see plenty of people do that where they'll get there an hour before to just unwind and then they're spinning stuff. And I'm like, you just wasted all of that. Especially on those field researches where you have to knock out a few missions. You could stack a few missions if you have them already done. So that way, when you encounter that field research, you could just, or that mission, you could just cash them in, sure. But don't waste the ones that are in your area that you plan to be playing at for several hours. So just be mindful of that. What else? I think that's mainly it. Like again, best of luck. Empty out your bags, set your
Yes.
targets, set your sights on the
Yes.
Pokemon you want, and have really good, if you can, walking shoes. Um, and make those walks. Uh, like for me, I just got my phone updated, so I'm happy it has a good battery life. But
Oh,
it's kind of prime time, and maybe around this shopping season, prioritize getting good batteries and good charging cables for your devices take care of them. Maybe even in the meantime, turn your phones off, let them rest for a bit. Plan some times off of Pokemon Go.
Your watch
Um,
is in. Yeah.
yeah, like what we talked about in the last of doing more direct action stuff. Like Dom and I last one of for the Garbodor community or Garbodor raid hour, we went and were picking up trash at the municipal center, and that was pretty fun. So like if you can do some direct action to help your community, highly encourage that too. Take a break from the game, especially if you plan to be playing it 16 hours this weekend.
Yeah, for real though.
You know, get some of those other
That's
chores
2
done so
work
you don't
days.
feel like that is 2 work days. And yeah, so try to get some other stuff done. Don't just plan some healthy breaks from Pokemon Go as well.
For sure.
Because I think it's really easy to get wrapped up in this, especially with this going on in Pokemon ZA as well. If you're like lost in the sauce, because sometimes I find myself in that. Like
I
I
was
took two
definitely
hours
lost
yesterday.
in the sauce, yeah.
Yeah, and like take this time also falls a high depression time for
Mhm.
folks because of we're not getting all the sun exposure like we normally do.
Right.
So if you feel a little bit down in the dumps, that's a-okay. Go through your feelings, but also try to find stuff that can bring joy to yourself.
For
That
sure.
doesn't have to be Pokemon Go. Maybe watch some good movies. I've been watching some excellent horror movies, which have been that's my favorite thing. That's my bread and butter. But also taking care of my plants. I've been trying to cook a bit more or meet up with people for food. That's always a fun one. Sometimes change of environment's great. I just realized how close Dinosaur Ridge was to us. I did
You
like a
never knew
drive to
that?
Golden. I didn't know it was that close.
It's right there.
I was like, oh, so like I'll definitely want to go check that out. Stop at the Aurora History Museum. They have an awesome dinosaur exhibit.
Mhm.
That's a fun thing to just get out and about. If you want to volunteer, again, there's lots of places that are in need of help and support. That's a good way to kind of break up your day if you feel like you just come home and you're just in a cycle. That's a fun way to break it. I actually went to Heroes karaoke night on Wednesday. That was fun. I just went and
Nice.
checked it out. So there's things happening everywhere. If you
Who
do
was
feel
doing
like,
Freebird?
huh?
Who was doing
Freebird?
Freebird? Yeah.
No one was doing Freebird. There was a some little ones did Pink Pony Club.
You pony.
So that yeah. So me and a few of the bartenders were fucking jamming to that one. That was a pretty good bop. Uh and then I think they did Deja Vu by
Okay.
I forgot her name. It's like on the tip of my tongue. It starts with an R, but either way, it was a good time. And then some of the locals were like actually had really great singing voices. So that's a cool way to break up your day as well.
Go to
Again,
karaoke.
November, yeah, karaoke is always nice. November is a big food time as well. So if you're finding any food scarcity issues, definitely check out our Discord. We've been trying to put up resources for food. Check your local community stuff. Like uh, you can't always depend on churches to do it, as a recent social experiment on TikTok kind of showed. But there's some like definitely hit up other pantries, food banks, and see what's there if in need. Or if you have the ability to give, please do as well. If you're in a good situation, you're like, I could spare some of this. Please do. You know, like there's some folks that have extra spending money, and if you didn't buy that Starbucks for $20, that $20 can make a difference elsewhere.
Mm,
So if you can make a difference when you can, I encourage you to do so.
agreed.
But yeah, that's it for me. Uh, I'm excited for all the fun and sometimes with family. Obviously, there are some dark stuff. Like I had a family member pass a couple days ago, so just kind of dealing with that. But
Oh man, sorry about that.
again,
Sorry to
yeah,
hear that.
he was he an older guy, but like he definitely. I'm glad he got the chance he did. Tell those you love them when you can, especially now while you can. And yeah, just again enjoy the days while you have them. So
For sure.
yeah. Anything else?
No, not right now. I think we're good. Just preparing to go wild. Like you said, I got lost in the ZA sauce. I finished literally everything you can do in that game, except for
Really?
except for the shinies per se. But
I'm still ranked W.
no, we beat the game, did all the post game stuff.
Oh dang.
Got everything, got all the megas, finished the Pokedex, got all the like colorful screws. Got the shiny charm, which was only 1,000 battles. People have been struggling with that. Um, let's see. I did all the online ranked play to get the Greninjite and the Delphoxite, and I'll do it again for Chestnut in the future. But yeah, no, I have officially completed that game essentially until the DLC comes out.
Dang. Okay.
The only, I guess, pseudo plus side to being immobile is I could play a couple of video games. I agree with kind of everything that you've said there. Ramping up, this is a pretty crucial point of the year for a lot of people, and if we can do our best to help support everyone, it goes that much further. So thank you, everybody. You got any funky questions for me, dude?
Any funky questions?
Yeah, any funky questions. We usually have a little bit of fun.
Okay.
Like,
if you were to, this is a darker one, but I think it's still funny.
Okay.
If you were to have for Thanksgiving, you had to provide a Pokemon as one of the dishes for Thanksgiving, which Pokemon would you pick?
Slowpoke Tails all day, dude. What are you talking about? We knew this.
Which one?
Slowpoke, dude. Slowpoke Tails all day.
Oh.
We knew this. Other side answer. Which Pokemon looks the most delicious to eat? Is that what you're trying to ask me, essentially?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. A Slurpuff.
Slurpuffs?
Slurpuff.
That's fair. Like it is a giant pastry. I think I'd want we haven't received this Pokemon yet, but it is coming and it also has a Gigantamax. El Creamy.
Oh, okay.
Especially in the pastry form.
Oh, yeah.
In a Gigantamax, like that's a giant layered cake. So that'd be one I'd want. But for the ones that are out right now, I'd really be curious to try like Toro steak.
Miltank. A little bit of
Miltank
little
steaks
Buffalo.
as well. Yeah, I'd really be curious to try them. I'm not a big steak person, but I think if I would want to try that.
I still want to try a Slowpoke tail. That's all I'm saying, dude.
Especially because it doesn't like hurt them. Like you could just chop it off and they're just like slow.
Slow, exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe a little Bulbasaur onion.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like the ones that like split Chikoritas. I was like, ah! Like I just scream. I'm like, leave her alone.
Maybe a little pumpkaboo pie, dude.
Pumpkaboo pie would be interesting.
Well,
like,
you know how people
would it literally be spirited? Like, would it?
Oh, the haunted pie. You eat it, and all of a sudden you become possessed. Maybe.
No. Or what if the poltergeist, like the tea, gives you hallucinations?
Oh, I mean, it probably does for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, like, you've seen people eat like those isopods. Like, I feel like we shouldn't be eating those. The things that like Kabuto is based off of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've seen them. They're big, and
people eat them.
That they're that big.
They're like huge, and then people cook them, and then eat them.
What did they say? What they taste like?
I'm assuming like shellfish, like shrimp or whatever.
Oh, that's amazing.
Or like because they're kind of like.
Would you want to eat them just because of what they eat? They're basically like cleaners of the seafloor, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like the same could be said for catfish and shrimp and crawfish and most shellfish, honestly. And I eat those forever. But the isopods, I'm not sure. Like it makes me think of Emperor's New Groove. The giant roly poly. It's just like I don't want to eat that. But anyway, I saw Kabuto and I was like, oh, maybe I bring that to the Thanksgiving dinner. And then any of the Applin stuff. I love apples. Apples around this time of year get really good.
Yeah, that's true.
Good apples.
I wonder if the dragon would be like taste like gator.
As long as you don't get sick off of it, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, as long as I don't get sick, that's all I care about.
All right.
Or if everything just tastes like chicken.
Okay.
Just have a bunch of Blazikins and Torchics. Oh.
Okay.
I bet
Yeah,
they'd be
my
good. I wonder if they're spicy.
my question was least wild, and it was more like if you could have a ride Pokemon, one Pokemon to be your mode of transportation, what would it be?
Oh, like forever?
Well, it could be forever. I mean, you could box your Pokemon, you could release it, you could turn it into candy, you do what you want.
Oh, I probably have Mew for teleport.
Oh, no, dude.
It's small enough. Like I feel like Mew would just, if I wore a hoodie, would just be asleep in the like hood of my hoodie all the time. And I'd be like, Mew, you ready to go home? And I'm like, and then I'm like
Okay.
home, and then it just teleports. So you
Okay.
don't have to. You just it like takes me through like night crawlers, like hellscape, and then I appear back home. You know,
I figured this
that's
how
what I
Dark
meant.
Cry gets around through the shadows and shit. Or Marshadow.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Marshadow to be wild.
you just dip
Like,
into your shadow.
yeah, that's a great one, huh? Because I would love Arcanine, but I feel like going like Mach speed, I'd probably die.
Your face just peeled off
It going,
your bones,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I just like fall back into the wayside or like anything running super quick. Because then I also think about the damage to like the ground.
Okay.
Like it's running that fast, it's gonna hit someone on that sidewalk, and I don't need a repeat of the boys. Like they just get obliterated.
And just arms.
Yeah, it'd be nightmare fuel. So, but I think teleporting is the safest bet because then I can teleport to my home, like in my bedroom. So, like I know no one's there. It's safe. Like
Nice.
known spots that like are typically like abandoned or like not heavily populated. Because that'd be also scary if I just teleported and it's like right on top of someone. But at least with Mew's like feather light, so like I'd be good.
I respect the answer. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Teleportation
try
is
to be
always
mindful.
a good one.
What about you?
Well, I kind of just want Rayquaza.
So you just be terrorizing the skies.
Yeah, I don't care, dude. I'm going to work. Leave me
People
alone.
clearly know Justin made it to work. Did you see Rayquaza this morning? It's like, nah, he's late.
No, dude. I never have to deal with traffic.
That's fair. You would not. Traffic would just stop.
But to be honest, teleportation would be even better. But I kind of want to make a spectacle out of it. So yeah, Rayquaza. Shiny Rayquaza. I like him big and black.
Yeah. Hey, that's fair. I don't blame you. Shiny Mew. I want Shiny Mew because he's blue.
Ooh,
My
the
little
blue.
tequila.
Such a good shiny.
It is. But yeah, I think Mew because he just hang out in my coat. And then I'd be like,
Respect
go
it.
play. And Mew would just go play. You just hear fights going on. And I'm like, oh, I don't want him doing all that. Come back.
For sure.
But Rayquaza, if he's just in the sky, at least he'd also protect us from any alien invaders like Dioxys. It'd just be fight on site.
It's on site every day.
Yeah, I love seeing that meme, like when it's just there, like when it's coming out of the water, when the Dioxys is like above the water and the Rayquaza just comes up with like a fucking hyper beam.
Yeah.
Like just no chill. I'm like, I appreciate that. Just wakes up ready. So, well, sweet, man. Well,
Yeah.
again, I hope you have a swifter recovery
I'm trying.
and you find a good place to play for the Go Wild event. Somewhere nice and warm with some good stops and spawns.
I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah. Because I know like even like the malls have been a little bit better. I saw there was more stops at the Aurora Mall. But
Yeah,
like
sometimes they're
if you're
pretty
gonna be
good.
more in your neck of the woods, then yeah, hopefully you find some good stuff.
I'll find something. All right. Well,
Oh,
anyway,
and then also we have the unlimited raids during the Go Wild event too. So
unlimited
we can
raids.
always that's a recommendation if folks aren't able to get out to raids. Make sure you friend people that are at raids so that we can just jump in and join them.
Yeah.
So always advocate to invite your friends to raids. So, well, sweet, man. Well, again, I hope everyone stays safe out there. Help each other out when you can. So,
Be safe. Happy hunting. Love you guys. Bye.
yep. Bye.